Hello, my name is Kate. I'm a financial technology here at Hyperbots. Today, I'm thrilled to have Claudia Mejia as my guest. A little bit about Claudia. She's the managing director at Ikigai. Hi, Claudia. How are you doing today?
Hi, Kay. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking. So let's get on with the questions. Okay, so my first question is, could you provide an overview of Florida's state sales and use tax rates? How do these rates differ across goods and services?
Okay, so Florida has a sales tax of 6%. However, there are some surcharges that the counties can apply. So it can go up to 7.5. So it can go from 6 to 7.5 depending of the county that you are at or the sales is done. Usually for general merchandising is about the 6 plus the surcharge. For vehicles, there are an extra charge that is done for the titles and registration. And also for medical devices, there are certain products that are exempt from sales tax.
Could you discuss some of the jurisdictions in Florida with notably high or low sales tax rates? How does this affect businesses?
So we have counties with highest rates. Some are like the Duval County in Jacksonville, the Hillsborough County in Tampa, Leon County in Tallahassee. Those are in the highest bracket, and they can go as a combined sales tax of 7.5. And then you have other counties that are in the lowest bracket, like the Citrus County, also the Lead County in Fort Myers, and those ones are between 6 and 6.5. So when you have that variability of sales taxes, it can become very challenging for business to make sure that all the transactions apply the right sales tax when a sale is made. Also making sure that everything from pricing strategy, from the administrative burden is taken care of. So it creates several challenges for the businesses.
So, how frequently do Florida's sales tax rates change, and how can businesses stay updated on these requirements?
So the state sales tax usually is very stable. Is the county that can move, and it can move in an annual basis, and it can even be temporarily changed depending if some of the counties need to fund some things for infrastructure, for example, projects. So that's when the surcharges can change. The businesses need to make sure that they're always up to date to those changes and their ERPs are updated with those changes so they can basically be at compliance for the tax liability.
So, what are some of the primary resources available to businesses to stay informed about sales and use tax changes in Florida?
So the Florida Department of Revenue, they are the ones who publish these rates are available to the public to basically see. They also have several publications where they can kind of preventive say when these changes can happen for certain counties. And also you have third party software that basically automatically those tax rates change automatically. So if you are connected to those particular softwares, you're gonna be always in compliance. Hyperbots is one of the software that is always have the AI capability to connect and making sure that those taxes are up to date.
So, what specific challenges do businesses face when managing compliance with Florida's sales and use tax rules? Could you maybe share some examples?
So tracking those local estate taxes can be an administrative burden, right? Somebody that is always looking at these tables, somebody that is always updating the ERP with these tables. So that can create a compliance issue. If you forgot to update the table for whatever reason, then you're gonna have audit errors and things like that. So it's very important to have those sales taxes up to date, and in the best case, to have an automation system that can do it for you. In addition to that, if you are either in the vehicle business or in the medical devices, you're going to have certain type of exceptions or rules changes. And so you also have to make sure that based on product, you apply the right sales tax. So those are kind of the things that always the company need to be in the lookout.
How can artificial intelligence help businesses manage sales and use tax compliance more efficiently, especially with Florida's varied local surtaxes and exemptions?
So I can apply the correct sales tax automatically to the transactions. So that way you don't have the burden of somebody actually doing this work manually. It can also handle any exceptions for medical devices, for example. So it will automatically understand the type of product that actually match the exception. Also be able to track the revenue by location. Hyperbots, for example, have those capabilities to be able to do all these things and not only compliance, but I think predictive analytics to be able to be this automatically. And AI is part of the system.
How can AI support companies during audits for sales and use tax compliance in Florida?
Audits, I guess the ideal audit is to be very efficient in the way you do the audits, right? You don't want to go through transactions over transaction, which can be very lengthy. What AI can do is help to manage and organize all the transactions and categorize them based on product, based on county, and location based. That way you can very easily determine okay, maybe there is an error in a specific county and certain kind of things that they can be really automated and efficiently picked up very quickly instead of just going through thousands of transactions for some companies.
We have reached almost the end of our interview. So the last question is, how do you see as the future role of AI in handling Florida's sales and use tax compliance?
Well, AI is moving from compliance management to strategic insights. So not only we will be able to be within compliance for the sales rates by location, by product, but we will also be able to have predictive analytics. So AI will be able to tell us and estimate potential changes in the counting based on the environment and predict how that can impact revenue or the pricing strategies. So that's very that would make you very competitive with somebody who is not using AI, right? It will always keep you forward thinking. Also, you always have real time dashboards telling you the changes for the tax. And so when you have just the information transparent and available in real time is always a great capability. And I think I would say the last thing is to be able to have alerts, right? If you are alerted that, oh, this is some rules, some legal compliance or anything have been changed within the county, has been informed proactively and not reactively. So that's what AI can do to make these processes very efficient, and Hyperbots have the capabilities to do that.
Oh yeah, that was really insightful. I mean, that was great. Thank you so much for coming here today and taking the time out to answer all our questions. Thank you so much, Claudia. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.